I'm going to show you the process of making banana bread with a few tips that you won't find in a cookbook. You'll notice that the name of our recipe is Save Our House Banana Bread, also known as the best banana bread ever, and it really is. At the end, you'll learn the reason for the name of the recipe and also how you can get it, along with even more tips. So once you've assembled your ingredients, the first thing we're going to do is cream our butter and sugar. Now, when most people cream butter and sugar, they just mix it up together and call it good. But to really cream butter and sugar, you need to let it mix for a little while until it gets nice and light and fluffy, and it's a nice light yellow color. Now, I have a heavy-duty stand mixer, which is one of the best gifts I ever received. However, if you don't have a stand mixer, you can also do this with a hand mixer. It'll just take a little more patience and perseverance. So now you've creamed your butter and sugar, and this is what creamed butter and sugar look like. And I hope that shows that well enough, but it should be nice and fluffy and have a lot of air incorporated into it so it grows in its volume. The next thing we're going to do is to add our eggs, bananas, and buttermilk. And sometimes the recipes will say to add these in one at a time. If you have a heavier duty stand mixer, you can add them all in at once, like I do. If you have a hand mixer, you might want to add them in more gradually. So we have everything in our bowl, and you notice I've just chunked up my bananas and put them in there. If you're using a hand mixer, you might want to go ahead and mash up your banana ahead of time. And if you mash it up, then you can probably get a little more exact measurement of how much banana you put in your muffins. But with the bananas, it doesn't really matter if it's exact. You can get a little more or a little less and it won't hurt it. You'll also notice that we have some nice yellow bananas here, and then we have a very ripe banana. The brown spots on the banana mean that they are prime for banana bread. They're going to be at their sweetest. If you use the yellow bananas like this, then you won't get nearly as much of the banana flavor in your banana bread, and it won't be as sweet. So this is a good time to make banana bread, is when you have bananas that get too ripe for you to eat, and so you turn them into banana bread. So we have all our wet ingredients blended in, and while you're blending, you will want to take your spatula and scrape down the sides of the bowl occasionally just to make sure it all gets mixed in good. The next thing we're going to do is to mix in our dry ingredients, and you'll want to start off slow so that you don't throw all of your flour out of the bowl, and then mix it until it's blended. The next step is going to be to pour your batter into your prepared loaf pan or into a muffin pan. Okay, so we have our dry ingredients all mixed in, and again, same as before, you'll want to scrape down the sides and bottom of your bowl once or twice just to make sure everything gets well blended. The next step, if you would like nuts in your banana muffins or banana bread, you would add those in now. You can also add in a spice with your dry ingredients if you would like a little cinnamon or a little nutmeg in your bread, and you can do that as well. Our batter is now in our prepared pans using a scoop for evenly proportioned muffins, and we'll now put these into a preheated oven. And there you have it, beautiful banana bread. A glass pan will help your loaf come out a little darker and have those nice crispy edges on it. If you prefer not to have that, you can use a metal pan, and your muffins, you can just leave them in a little longer for a little darker, or take them out as you see them here a little lighter. Enjoy!